Hey guys, our Decline here, average picker. So I got a pretty neat little package from Washington State Picker in the mail yesterday. And I figured we would pick a lock, so I reached in the bag and pulled one out. This one's called Stiffy. And this begs the question, was this an elaborate ploy to make me say I am going to try to pick Washington State Picker's Stiffy? Or are you a mature adult that just, there we go, thinks the key might have been a little stiff? Well, that's for you to answer, but we'll try to get this picked. All right, all clamped up now. Let's see what we can get here. A little click off of 2. Three didn't give us much of a click, but he may have set. That's 5. Four is very springy. We're moving back up to the front here a little bit more. It's 4 or 5 is now feeling very stuck. I think it was 4. Oh, okay, so that was 2 or 3, and it dropped us into quite a false. We tapped 1, and it dropped us a little bit more into a false. Now we just got to chase that. This looks like it could be close. A bit of counter rotation. Nope. Oh. There we go. I think it was hanging on right there at 1. So I showed us the key earlier, but there we go. That is our bidding on it. And there is Washington State Picker's Stiffy. A sentence I never thought I would say. And we're sure it's going to work. And those pins are a little reluctant to make that climb, but let's adjust the camera a little bit here. See about getting this C-clip off. Oh, nice. So at the risk of adding more people to it, we'll say Washington State Picker is doing a giveaway, and part of the giveaway is a C-clip remover. And a lot of times I decline a lot of giveaways, but I was like, ooh, a C-clip remover. Might have to get in on some of that. What this is going to be? Let's see. That's going to work better for us. Probably won't need a shim. Oh, that's too big. All right. Doesn't say to use a shim, but looking at the back of this lock, it looks like it could use one. There we go. Oh, massive serration there on 2. Where did my tweezers go? And we'll find those in a minute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pins. So that explains some of my stumbling on thinking if I was on 4 or 5. I tend to get thrown off when there's 6. Very crazy looking spool guy on 6, by the way. 5 is a standard. Four looks like the smaller brother of 6. A standard in 3. Ooh, a nice serrated pin for this number 2 driver. And we got threading wise. Got threading in chambers 1 and 6. It looks like we might have light undercutting in 5. And undercutting in 2. Yeah, where the heck did I throw my tweezers? Maybe I'll just use these for now. I wonder if they're back in the other room. Oh, that is a doozy in 1. Huh. Okay, so 2 I would expect to have seen a little wafer, but there is not one, so we'll take a look at that in the close-up and I'll show you why. These are some really long drivers. They have to grab the other little core holder and set these up. Be kind of interesting maybe to see how these line up. Little standard in 5. A T-pin in 6. And we've got a mishmash of springs in there. That's my shim. Yeah, all right. Anyway, let's get the camera flipped around and take a look at these. Okay, well, we got our springs out, and look at these springs, man. Some of those are really fucking massive. And let's see. See our undercutting there in 2. Threadings in 1 and 6. And it looks like we do have some tampering there done with 5. It's hard to call it an undercut. It doesn't quite feel like it has the undercut, but it looks a little manipulated. So pin-wise though, let's look at this stuff because these are some neat pins. So there's our number 1 key pin. This is going to be our shear line across here in the center, as I usually do them. Look at that. That is some nice work there, man. Very smooth, too. Not seeing many file marks or anything. Standard in 3. Nice, smooth spool in 4. Standard in 5. Very clean again. Spool for the 6th. Come up here to our drivers. Oh wow, man, dude, that is neat. So it sort of tapers. Just sort of tapers down. Then we've got those really nice deep serrations cut in there. So this was the driver for 2, and it was in as the shear line, so you'd have this part actually going into the spring, which is interesting. I'm pretty sure that's the way it came out. Yeah, because I would have expected to have seen a wafer sitting on top of that to keep him from driving into the spring. Very cool number 3. Sorry, I got a little quiet there. I was just checking it out. Very clean serrations. Man, you guys do some amazing work, man. Right when I think I'm starting to up my game on pin making, I get some stuff like this in, and I'm just like, oh, got a long way to go. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna just for the sake of time, I'm gonna do a cut and get these lined up in here because I'm kind of interested in how they look in there since very long drivers. Okay, so I mean, I did not line them all up. We can see here, and it makes a little more sense what's going on. So yeah, it too can afford to go up in that spring quite a bit because you can see it's not really sitting down in there too much. And the same with our little T-pin guy here on 6. He does not have very far. He's got to sit down in there. But that lengthy spring is going to keep enough pressure on him. He's going to catch that lip. So it's not that he doesn't have to be picked. He just has to be very gently nudged. Now, the one that surprised me was these two, because so this is a standard that we pulled out of 5, and you can see 5 is fairly deep. And we've got this nice serrated guy here, but he would have been sitting fairly on top. I was kind of surprised because I would have thought you would want him in the 5th chamber. Now it could be Washington State Picker maybe just meant to put him there and for whatever reason didn't, or it didn't work out. Sometimes I run into that. At least I'll do a lock and I've got a pretty distinct idea where I want a pin to go, and for whatever reason it just doesn't work well in that chamber. It gets hung up or something, and I end up having to shuffle them around to kind of less than where I wanted them maybe, and I don't know if that's the case or not. Maybe he'll chime in and let us know, but very cool lock there, Washington State. I look forward to picking some more of these guys. So yeah, there we go. Thanks for the lock. Thanks for the package. And there we go. I have now picked Washington State Pickers Stiffy. All right, guys, have a good one.